It's going to take a very long time for the state to fully recover from those 3 devastating winter storms we had in December and January.
And while the repair work continues, there are some communities that are already looking ahead to other storms that may end up cutting off neighborhoods or possibly even entire towns from safety. As meteorologist Jason Nappy shows us in our continuing series, Maine's Changing Climate, some towns are not waiting for that to happen. They're taking action now.
It gets pretty bad. We have anywhere between 3 and 6 roads that end up getting cut off that are important throughways for community members and for just general traffic in town when we have storms with high winds and high tide.
The signs of climate change have been getting worse lately, with recent storms cutting off access to local roads along the southern coast. It's gotten so bad, the town manager for Kittery says that something needs to be done before the next coastal flood emergency happens.
The shipyard employees and contractors can get off the island and safely away from a danger area, and our community members can get away from the coast in a safe manner without being blocked by flooded roads.
Abby Sherwin has been leading the team working on a project focused on coming up with designs to increase the resilience of vulnerable roadways in Kittery. Areas like Route 1 over Spruce Creek and Whipple Road over Gate 2 for the Naval Shipyard entrance.
These 2 roadway segments are really important for local and regional travel. They're also emergency evacuation routes. They provide critical access to and from the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, but they also are really important from a local commuting perspective. So they're important regionally as well as locally.
Important roads that flood and become impassable during heavy rain events like we've seen recently. Issues that are becoming worse with climate change. But these problems are not just happening in southern York County.
So we know that vulnerable transportation infrastructure is not unique to Kittery. It's a common issue up and down the coastline, as was highlighted with the recent storms that we experienced. And so part of this project will really focus on transferring the information that we glean through this project, but also some of the design aspect about how we can possibly incorporate nature-based solutions into these infrastructure adaptation projects, share that information with other communities.
Sherwin is the Senior Planner and Coastal Resilience Coordinator for the Southern Maine Planning and Development Commission. SMPDC partnered with the town of Kittery, along with the shipyard, to assess site conditions and get a better understanding of vulnerabilities.
This project is focused on helping the community move from the planning stage to get to some designs that will eventually or possibly lead to construction projects to enhance the resilience of the road.
Sherwin says that sharing information and lessons learned from this project with communities in the region and across all of Maine will help fight the effects of climate change in the future. The grant is more than $500,000 that is funded by the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation, the Department of Defense, and NOAA. The town of Kittery is on board.
This grant was just the appropriate and obvious next step to now start working on solutions for an area that we've identified as being very vulnerable and problematic.
Sherwin says the plan is to reach out and speak with residents, partners, and officials in order to get input on designs that will lead to construction. Meteorologist Jason Nappy, News Center, Maine.